Hey folks, hey YTPC, and everybody else. Happy New Year's Eve. Hopefully you got plans tonight. You can see my plans. Got my Ohio State sweatshirt, my Ohio State hat. Need to shower and get all my Ohio State gear on before the game. But we got a big game against Miami. And looking forward to a win. Oh, also got my Ohio State Frost Buddy. If you don't have a Frost Buddy, we've got a bunch of these. These things are awesome. They'll hold any kind of can up to like a 25-ounce tall boy all the way down to the slim cans. They've got little, what the hell's it called? I don't know. It's got a little device in it that you can flip around or take out. It's pretty cool. Having one New Year's Eve drink before I relax and get ready for the game. So smoking a Padron 3000 Maduro, pretty good. Padron, you've heard me probably a million times. I rotate between Padron and Fuentes. Fuentes are my absolute number one. But Padrones are fantastic. And don't sleep on the 2, 3, 4, 5. When I was a new cigar smoker many moons ago, I always got confused that I thought those were different tobaccos, or it's just different sizes, different vitolas, if you will. So any of them are good. If you're in the mood for a longer smoke, that Maduro Padron 7000, it's a 60 ring, 6-inch behemoth. I think it's 6 inch. It's big. It'll last you. But these 3000s are a little bit longer and slimmer, 2000s even so. But I've smoked my fair share. So it's a balmy 45, 46 degrees in North Carolina. We do not have snow, which is fantastic compared to some of the places. Talked to my stepdad today, and they've got a little bit of snow in Ohio where he's at, probably 3 or 4 inches, maybe a little more. They had a hell of a day a couple days ago. He said it was like 65 when he went to bed, 60, 65, and woke up, it was in the 20s. It dropped just boom, 47 degrees. No questions asked about it. So they're having some snow. Mrs. Buckeye and her friends that are in Michigan are having some snow. Not so much family, because everybody's here now, because we all got smart and came to North Carolina because there's no snow. And there's very, very rare snow. And if we do, it shuts everything down for a day or two and it's over. Because they don't have snow plows. Anyhow, New Year's Eve. Not big plans. Watch the Buckeyes. I'm going to try to make it to midnight. I don't know. And I've had a rough day. In my last video, one of them, I alluded to some of the health issues. One of the things I've got going on is I've got discs that are decompressing or basically failing in the right side of my neck. And they kill. They absolutely kill. I wake up dang near in tears a lot of nights and have to stretch my neck and everything before I even go back to bed. And then it'll be really bad sometimes. And today I woke up super bad headache, super bad neck the last 2 days. So I've taken it easy on the gym. Not that I do much. I swim. I do some light resistance training just, to keep my muscles up a little bit. And that is about it. Not doing any bodybuilding or any crazy stuff anymore. Those days have sailed, as you can tell by the gray in the beard. Didn't realize it was just gray until this video, so good Lord almighty. Anyhow, you guys have big plans? Love to hear about them. Drop a comment below. What are you doing? Where are you going? You gonna put on an adult diaper and go stand in New York City? Hell, you probably should already be there if you're going to Times Square with your adult diaper on. I can't even imagine. Can you imagine that? And you're urinating in this adult diaper. I mean, people that need it for a reason, for good reason. People that do it just to stand outside and drink and watch a ball drop down, man, that's got to be freezing. I don't know. I'm not doing it. We'll have the fireplace going. well, the fireplace going, and I guarantee you, Mrs. Buckeye and I'll both conk out. That fireplace gets that living room nice and toasty, and then she'll probably use the electric blanket that she stole from me. Ordered one and never got to use it. She took it, so oh well. Yeah, she deserves a good electric blanket, so I had to get another one. But I don't even need it with that fireplace. Boy, it's kicking. So, but we'd love to hear what you got planned. So 2025 year in wraps. Not going to go into too much of it. Like I said, a lot of medical issues, a lot of traveling, helping my stepdad. All things considered, though, I would probably tell you 2025 was probably the best year of this decade. Look at that bird on this Padros, man. They just get it right. Probably the best year of the decade. This decade has been horrific. 2019 was a decent year, and then we rolled into 2020, and the crap hit the fan, and the pandemic, and everybody lost their mind, and get a shot, don't get a shot, do this, do that. 6 feet apart, you know. And for a while there, we thought this might be the new norm, right? The new norm. We had no idea. The news kept changing. People were passing away. It was horrific. I'm not making light of what COVID was, because it impacted a lot of families, and I know of families that lost their loved ones and couldn't even be in there to see them because COVID was running rampant, and they didn't want to take the chance of spreading it, because again, it was going so fast, and just people were getting sick and sick and sick, and some people just couldn't fight it off. So I'll keep my opinions to myself, other than I think that came out of a lab in Wuhan, China, but you didn't hear it from old Buckeye Piper, and I don't have any evidence anyway. Well, rolled into that 2022, 2023, two of the most miserable lives I've had in my professional career. Absolute ass. I mean, absolute ass. And then you roll into just all the stupid, nagging medical issues. And the next started about 2022. It was torticollis, and then it was this and that. And it's getting worse. They don't want to do surgery because the problem is, if they fuse them, they can. They are bad enough probably to fuse. But if they fuse them, what happens next is the vertebrae on top and bottom start to collapse. And then you got to go back in and do another surgery. And there's no rhyme or reason on the surgery. Some people have the one, and it lasts some 10 years. Or the rest of their life, and they don't have to have another one. Some people have it in 8 months, 12 months, they're back in having another fusion, and before long their neck is totally fused. And then I'm already kind of Frankenstein, and it's hard to drive a lot of times because I'm doing a lot of turning like that. But so the doctors, they think I'm young enough. That doesn't look too young to me, boys and girls. They think I'm young enough not to have to. They don't want to. They said until I absolutely cannot take the pain any longer. And the only other thing we have not done, and I will not do, is opioids. So I would actually probably have the surgery before opioids. But I've taken everything else to try to help. I get shots weekly in my neck. Every quarter I get big steroid shots in my neck, and they help. I tried to have a neck, what do they call it when they go in and they look to see if they can block the nerves, and they went in and did the test on it because they want you to have 80 to 90% success. And the first day or two I was good, and then boom, it just dropped out. So I was only about a 30% improvement, and they said, no, we're not going to do those neck blocks. Annie, get out of there. Dogs are out here with me, so I got to holler at them every now and then. So they don't want to do those, and I said, yeah, let's not waste time, because Oh, they weren't the most painful thing in the world. They were no picnic either. I've had epidurals, you name it. Excuse my language, but just tired. Just it wears on you, man. You're just getting up in serious pain every day. If you get a good day, you're lucky. Most days are hell. And like I said, I finally found a pillow that I can manage on. Mrs. Buckeye and I have probably spent $5,000 in pillows. I'm just making that up. But we've got so many pillows now, we're throwing them away because this one didn't work, this one didn't work. And everybody says this pillow will help you if you're a side sleeper and you have neck discomfort. Shh, they never do. The one I'm using now is actually just a kind of a flat pillow from that My Pillow dude that hawks his pillows on infomercials. And it seems to be the one that causes me the least amount of pain. And we've tried all kind of premium, just you name it, we've tried it all. So none of it seemed to have helped. So, but if I don't use my flat ass My Pillow cheesy one that I got off of that dude that hawks them from Minnesota, I think he's from Minnesota. If I don't use that, I'm in traction damn near. But I'll get out just in damn near in tears every night. And then just have to stretch and stretch until I can fall back asleep and then wake up. And the last 2 days I've woken up, it's just like hell on earth. I mean, but we're not here to talk about me. I'm just droning on about Buckeyes problems. And that's not what I wanted this to be. I wanted this to be about 2025. Looking forward. 2025, again, was a better year for the Buckeye family. Wasn't pristine, but the other 4 years were dog shit. So this one wasn't as bad. So I doubled up. We've got the pork and the sauerkraut for tomorrow. I've never done it, but we've got some mixed greens and black-eyed peas, and anything we can do for luck, we'll be eating it tomorrow. And then the rest is up to the big guy upstairs to kind of keep us rolling, right? But that burn and that ash. But I say all that to say I still am very blessed. You can live with pain. You can deal with it. You can live with all the other knick-knack bull crap stuff. My hips, I think I'm probably getting osteoarthritis in my hips. I got to get to the doctor because they're rough. But I'm swimming and doing things to help. I've taken off about 35 pounds, so that's good. Like to get off about another 30 maybe. That'd put me down about 225. That's my fighting weight. Buckeyes fighting weight's about 225. I'm looking pretty good at 2 1/4. I know a lot of people will be like, dang, you're fatty. Nah, 2 1/4. I'm pretty stout dude, so I'm okay at 2 1/4. I look pretty good. I'm wearing probably 34s, maybe even get my butt in a 32. I'm starting to get my butt back in a 36. Look out. Boy, I was up to a 44 at one point. Not recently, but so it's a big difference. You know, a doctor came in and told me one time when I was in the hospital, I said, you need to lose weight, young man. Every pound that you lose takes off 3 pounds of pressure on your knees. And as I age, I damn sure don't need knee replacements, hip replacements, shoulder replacements, penile replacements, any kind of replacement you can think of. I don't want to replace anything. I know they help a lot of people. I just am fighting it, man. So I'm trying to do what I can now. I was always pretty athletic, but I'm trying to do what I can now to just make sure I stay on top of that. So anyhow, that's all from Rocky Mount, North Carolina. We're going to get ready and have a New Year's. Again, mostly it's going to be watching Ohio State, and they better damn win. I will tell you that much. I think they will. Vegas knows something with that line at 9.5. Everybody's like, there's no way. But I don't know. I think either it's going to be a game like stupid Indiana, which we should have won. We really, when you look at that, we really pissed that game away. Really did. We were at their 5-yard line 3 times and came away with 3 points. You just can't do that. I mean, those are touchdowns right there typically for Ohio State. That makes the game, take the 3 off. That makes the game 28-13, Ohio State beating Indiana. Our defense played well. I expect they'll play well tonight. I expect we'll give Carson Beck a bunch of trouble. We'll shut down their run and make his butt try to beat us, and I don't think he's good enough to do that. Well, look at that, Ash. But I think Benosin cannot commit pass interference on everybody in the stadium, and we can get some pressure from our front 4. And I think we can. I think they're pretty pissed about the Indiana game, so I look for them to come out swinging. They haven't given much bullet board material. They're pretty much tight-lipped and just, this is a business trip. We're going to come in, take care of business, and move on. So I think the mindset is really good. Brian Hartline, one of the best recruiters out there, wide receiver coach, created a wide receiver dynasty basically at Ohio State if you look at all the first-round picks and all of them that will come out. We'll get Jeremiah Smith back one more year. Carnell Tate will be a top 10 pick, probably a top 5. So that's another first rounder. JJ, when he goes out, will be a first rounder. We just signed Chris Henry Jr. He'll play a couple years and he'll be a first rounder. And then we've got some guys that are 5 stars that haven't even got to play yet because they're playing behind Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith. But they're sticking with the Buckeyes because they know next year it's on. Bryson Rogers, I lost my ass, dang it. Bryson Rogers will probably transfer. I would expect him to go to USF with Hartline. May see a few other players go. Love Hartline. Loved what he did for Ohio State. But he just killed us in that Indiana game. He got promoted to offensive coordinator. He was last year. He was full-time this year. And just you could tell he was preoccupied. The play calling against Indiana was just terrible. We didn't, some of those times inside the 5, we didn't put our hammer back in there. C.J. Donaldson, man, he'd been hammering in all year. So Day's calling the plays tonight. Don't know. Day called plays against Georgia where we should have beat Georgia to go to the national championship, and we would have dog raced TCU, but we lost because we missed a damn field goal. I see a stat the other day that like 3 of Day's losses, 3 or 4 of them. It's lost 4, and I think 2 or 3 of them were due to field goals. Big games. So if he gets a kicker, and if he has any brains at all, go get a damn kicker out of the portal. These kids that are kicking at the FCS schools and some of these other schools are freaking amazing. I mean, 50-yarders are nothing anymore. What's that kid's name? Cam Little, that plays for the Jaguars. In practice, he just barely missed a 75-yarder. Then he nailed a 73-yarder with room to go. And I know he kicked the NFL record. I can't remember what it was. And you look at that Autry guy from freaking Dallas. Andy, get out of there. He's killing it. He'll kick. He's good from 70. So the kicking has changed. So Day, go out in the portal. There's all kind of kids kicking at some of these other schools that would love to kick at Ohio State. And they're kicking big time. 55, 60-yarders. That's how Michigan got their kicker, who was a beast this year. They got him out of one of the smaller schools, and that kid was just automatic. Our kicker, not so much. Go to the portal. The 2 things that I have against Day, I know this is getting long, and if you stuck with me this long, God bless you, I love you. If you didn't, God bless you, I love you anyway. I'm giving away $1 million, so no, I'm just kidding. But anyhow, the 2 knocks I have against Day is sometimes he's a little too loyal to players, which I say that tongue-in-cheek because I can't be too mad about it because I really do like that, but it's overly loyal. Like running a quarterback sneak with Julian Sayin against Indiana. Man, put in daggone our backup. God, why I see his face right now. I just can't remember. I know his name. I'm drawing a blank. It's been one of those days and the pain doesn't help. But he is an athletic runner, and I hope they use him tonight in some sets to run the ball. Because Sayan's kind of small. He's not much of a runner, but he will pick you apart. But he's too loyal, and he can be very conservative at times when he doesn't need to be. You've got Jeremiah Smith, you've got Carnell Tate, you've got Bo Jackson in the backfield. You've got 3 amazing tight ends. You know, if they're getting pressure, it's not rocket science here, Day. If they're getting pressure with their front 4 and we can't beat their front 4, then keep in a couple of those big-ass tight ends in the back. Our receivers, both of them would crush double coverage. You know, I'm not worried. You could throw to JJ in double coverage anytime, and he's going to go get the ball. And their top DB is out. So keep in the protection, keep the pocket clean for Sayan, and he will find Tate and Smith. I promise you. And then you can leak Bo Jackson or Max Clare out and hit them down the seam and watch them go. I originally had the prediction 38-10 Buckeyes. I will stick with that, but I am not optimistic it's going to be that big of a blowout. Anyhow, hopefully I don't make resolutions, so my only thing is I hope 2025 is better than, or 2026 is increasing. I hope we're going to be on an upward slope. Since the years climb, I hope our luck and things in our life will climb. And again, I think 2025, if you pin me down, was our best year of the decade. Wasn't good, but it was by far our best year of the decade. So anyhow, going to come up with a new tagline to end videos. This will be my last. Wash your damn hands. COVID's kind of over. That was kind of a COVID thing. It's kind of played. So played. If you watch Seinfeld. So if you got any feedback for taglines, I'm working on a couple to close the videos. But anyhow, take care of yourselves. Sorry I ran too long. If you watch this, man, know I love you. I know I'm rooting for you. Know if I can do anything for you, I'll try. I'd like to have a little pipe get together this summer, maybe. A kind of something that's on my mind as I close this video out is like a little pipe get together here, maybe even at my house. We've got enough room. People would have to stay at hotels and stuff, but maybe like a little 2-day where we could just smoke pipes, cook on the grill. People could drink if they want to, don't have to. Maybe trade some tobaccos, sell some tobaccos, trade some pipes, sell some pipes. Just kind of a YTPC, North Carolina kind of meet up, swap show, hang out. You know, maybe do it on a Friday afternoon and most of the day Saturday, and then let people get home on Sunday. If that sounds interesting, I'll make another video on that because I know people probably did not stay for 23 minutes. I wouldn't have, but actually I would have. I just put videos on and just lay on the couch and or I'm working and I listen to them. So anyhow, y'all take care of yourselves. Happy New Year. Let's pray for a very prosperous and successful 2026. And for the last time, wash your damn hands. It is cold and flu season, so that's still appropriate. Love you guys. Take care. Bye.